No one was injured in this petty production. This story is about a late relative who wasn't liked much by others. That's okay, he didn't care. What he did care about was his collectibles and trying to teach us how to not accidentally injure ourselves. Literally impossible. He spent a lifetime working hard and amassing a small fortune. Everything goes to the spoiled oldest man-child. We'll call him Smeagol. All of the men are spoiled, entitled, and incapable of following instructions. Old man realized this but couldn't do anything. Wife will outlive him. So he carries on best he can, trying to teach idiots basic skills. It's impossible. They keep borrowing his collectibles without asking, not cleaning them, returning in worse condition, hopefully checking before use. At least they are feeding themselves. The finally straw was when we will call him Kyle for fun. Kyle left a borrowed 14-gram collectible outside on a porch. WTF. I found it, the missing spot in the case that was bugging me. Even though I was risking being a witness, I handed over the evidence. Upon seeing rust on something worth more than Kyle's S-Box car, he yelled at Kyle for hours, then hatched a petty plan. Thank goodness convinced wife to take him to the bank so he can withdraw a stack of $1,000 notes. He is going to buy a truck at auction, and he does for $200. It's going to get destroyed by descendants anyway. Judging by the car graveyard, they keep adding too. He takes the rest home. After cleaning the rusty collectible, he rolled the notes individually into loose, crumpled balls and shoved them into a barrel. I have no idea how much I think I blacked out. He was really angry and cleaning collectibles. He did lock stuff up. After he passed, Smeagol got his grubby little hands on the keys. Kyle and Smeagol gathered a small reunion of 5 extra idiots to test collectibles with. They finally get to play with all the fun collectibles, without fearing the owner. The no-touch ones. 3.08 Inheritance Confetti. Just because you know the person wouldn't put something away dirty, does not mean we forget about safety. Don't do this, he was insane. Everyone involved needs ADHD meds, I miss him. I did give it a weight and shake test. Then, realizing I knew nothing, had an unrelated military guy shake test it. Wasn't entirely sure what Gramps was up to, just a cash stash. Idiots tested this when I wasn't around. Military guy asked them how it went. Unfortunately, this outed me and Grandma sold the 308 for less than I was offering. Meh, now I'm the hated among incredibly petty people. The story end, sure. You may video me at the gym, but not for free. I do calisthenics and weightlifting, and I often get people asking me to teach them certain moves. I don't really want to, in honesty, because I'm not a PT and I don't want to instruct anybody incorrectly, but I really don't want to deter anyone from exercise, and I understand me saying no would be really uncomfortable and discouraging for any newcomer. 7 out of 10 the men who ask me are actually interested in learning the move. I have great experiences with them. The other 30% have a habit of asking me to do the exercise in front of them, to learn, and running off, or telling me they'll do it next session. I always assumed they just got nervous. Maybe they don't want to fail in front of me until today? The reason slapped me square in my face. A man came to me and asked me to show him how to do a one-handed elbow lever. I was halfway through my hip thrust set, and I told him, I've got my hip thrust set to do. I don't know if I have time, and he said he'd wait. So I'm doing my hip thrust set, while he's watching me the entire time uncomfortably close. As in so close, I initially had to tell him to move, because he had pulled up a step to sit on so close my barbell was between his legs, and I was worried about his feet. I finished my set and thought, let me just get this out the way. He's clearly dying to learn. I asked him if he can do 2 hands, and he said he could, so I get to showing him how to do one, and in the peripheral of my eye, I see he's filming. He initially tried to gaslight me by saying I gave him permission. Agreeing to show you and agreeing to let you film me are very different things, buddy. I told him to delete the video, and upon seeing the video, it was zoomed into my ass. A trainer at the gym overheard this and came across and tried to intervene, and I said, no, there's been a misunderstanding. Everything is fine. Because I decided at that moment that I wanted payment from this skinny videographer. In fact, I want payment from now on from every man who pressures me into teaching them without intention of actually attempting the move. I want payment in tears, sweat, and dignity. The trainer leaves and I tell him it's his turn. And of course, he tries to wriggle out of it like they all do. I'll do it tomorrow. I've had a full workout. I've got to get back. No. Get on your knees.